Hi, I'm Tom Graves. I'm with Devault-Graves Digital Editions. We are a publisher of ebooks, almost exclusively rare and hard to find books that have been out of print for a long time. And today I'd like to talk for just a few minutes about our latest book, which is Weegee, the Autobiography. And this book has been unavailable for over 50 years now. And it's very collectible as a print edition and very sought after. And Devault-Graves Digital Editions has just brought it back into print as an ebook for the very low price of $9.99, available on Amazon.com and Barnes & Noble and most other ebook platforms. I'd like to tell you just for a few minutes a little about Weegee and a little bit about the book. Many of you who are watching this probably are familiar with Weegee's great crime photographs, particularly those in New York City from the 1940s. This book was written and published in 1961, and it was still while Weegee was known in the photography and crime world, but he was not then the legend that he has become now. Part of the reason he's such a legend now has to do with the legendary status of Diane Arbus. And when people were looking to see who the influences of Diane Arbus were, they obviously went straight back to Weegee. In case you'd like to know how the book fares, since it was written by Weegee himself, I'd like to say that I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised if you get this book. Because if you've ever seen any videos of Weegee talking, he's a short, cigar-chomping guy with a raspy voice, very New York, and I'm proud to say that every word of this book reflects that personality. It is very obviously his voice that you hear. And he talks about everything from his youth in New York City to the status that he came in as an immigrant from Eastern Europe. He was Jewish, and he was more or less in sort of the Jewish ghetto, if you will, in New York City. He was poor. His family, they pushed a push cart, and that's how they made their living. And so Weegee understood everything about the underclass in New York City, about being a minority. And he used those talents very well to learn the streets of New York City, which was to pay huge dividends for him when he was to become a photographer. Interestingly, Weegee is known as the master of the flashbulb. He was actually shooting photographs long before the flashbulb was even invented. And he talks about using flash powder and about the introduction of the flashbulb and what it meant to his photographs. And I think if you've seen any of his photographs, you know how he uses the flash, for his art. I'd like to invite you to check out our book. You can read and look inside on Amazon.com and other platforms, or to go to our website, which is www.devault-gravesagency.com, or to visit it on any of those platforms that you like. It is available. Please feel free to contact us. We'd be glad to talk to you.